Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we've got something really cool. We have a brand new set of models coming from Kritter Creator Studios. Now, you may not be familiar with them. I've never actually reviewed anything from them here on the channel, but contained in this box is something that should be pretty darn fun to check out. You can see what their logo looks like right there, but you can also actually see it on the box that's included. And you can see we've got a pretty small box here, and doesn't really show you much in the way of what's inside, so kind of something to be excited about here. As you can see, we've got quite a few boxes contained within here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this one says thank you on it for supporting my small business. But also included in here is, if I can find it, there we go, bring this out and actually get the box out of here. I actually almost missed something else that's wrapped in here, but you can see a really cool stand, and you can also see again Kritter Creator Studios, kind of like their logo right there, which has some like claws and stuff poking out of the side. But you can see some magnets here on the top of this very cool little earthy sort of area that basically runs here along, and that is where we are going to put what we have included in these boxes onto. So first of all, I'm actually wondering what we have wrapped up in here. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Wow, look at that. So you can now see exactly what we have in here. These are absolutely phenomenal Ceratopsian skulls, and you can see that looks really cool. He actually has done a great job of including some nice fine detail within there as well. So let's go ahead and actually put this back here. So as you can see, there is a magnet that holds the skulls onto that stand. And also included is, let's see what we've got in here. We have another skull, very clearly, and you can see these are actually created in pewter, so they're very nice, like high quality, and have a decent weight to them as well. So let's go ahead and put that on there, and then move this box out of here. The next one, we've got in here another skull, of course. And there you go, you can see what we've got in this one. And again, if you actually get them nice and close and take a look at that fine detail, it looks really nice. Like he put all sorts of nice kind of cracks and crevices in there. And I like the fact that he's included numerous different Ceratopsians. And at this point, I think we're going to have more Ceratopsians than we have actual space to put them. And would you look at that, we've also got what is, I would imagine, a Protoceratops, definitely a Protoceratops skull as well. And that's very exciting because I love Protoceratops. And Protoceratops is now going to sit up there in the highest point because why not? And we continue to have more skulls. So I guess what's cool about this is depending on what you want to display would be depending on what Ceratopsian skull you would like to put up there. And then we've also got another box. This one seems to be a very small skull, potentially. Oh, it's not even a skull. Okay, let's actually move this out of here. So this is another really neat stand that we can use to put a skull onto. So let's take this one and then put that up there. Sorry, it's hard to see it through the actual camera. So we'll put that over there. Now, I don't have them sitting perfectly on there, but we also, again, have the little box that says thank you. And now I was actually wrong because it looks as though this goes on there. So this is another really cool little kind of like a fossilized looking version. So let's take this off. And then we'll put this on there. Oh, look at that. That is super cool. So you've got kind of like a fossilized version of what appears to be like a Triceratops skull. And again, the logo sculpted into it here. So as you can see, we've got quite a few really cool. Let's try to find a spot. Oh boy. Try to find a spot that I could stand that. There we go. Quite a few really cool skulls included in this set, and honestly they are really nicely done. I don't know how into sculpting dinosaurs they are. Like, I'm not sure. I feel like this is probably their first release. I think they told me that this might have been the first release that they had created as far as dinosaurs go, but I did briefly look over their Etsy shop, and I did see they've got all kinds of really cool stuff on their Etsy shop. So the fact that they're diving into dinosaurs as well is definitely exciting, especially when you could see how cool these things look. So let's jump to a quick closer look, and we'll check them out from there. So just taking a quick closer look at the skulls themselves, you can see again, they look really nice. You know, he's added all the types of detail you would expect or want to see on a skull. You know, you've got the teeth and everything in there. He's got the beaks sculpted out as well. And of course, the fine detail does look really nice. He definitely did not skimp out when it comes to a detailing aspect. He has all sorts of cracks and crevices contained within the skulls, and then of course the magnet there on the underside. And the fact that these are pewter, again, leaves them giving you some nice weight to it, a very nice, very high quality feel overall, and not something you see too often currently from artists and stuff. And I like that because it's kind of almost like a throwback kind of to things you would have seen when I was younger, when I was a child. You know, there were pewter dinosaurs quite often back in the day, of course. Not something you see too often nowadays, so I do like and appreciate that kind of throwback that we have going on with these. And you can see, again, same deal for this one. Absolutely fantastic looking fine detail. He clearly puts a good bit of time and effort into sculpting these out, and again, just the fact that they are pewter, they have that really nice, shiny, very impressive appearance that absolutely means they will stand out very nicely. And I also figured out the order that these go on when it comes to the stand. I have now figured that out as well. But you can definitely see that he took a good bit of time and effort to really capture the likeness he was trying to create and capture with his skulls. And again, very nice, very fine detail. I like that he sculpted them all out with their mouths kind of open a little bit, some more so than others, but definitely really neat. Again, the magnets on the underside of each and every one of them. And then you also have the final skull here, which again sports the same type of fine detail, and again even almost looking like there were like cracks and crevices, potentially injuries on the dinosaur that have shown up in the skull, you know, when it comes to the dinosaur after it's been deceased and fossilized. But again, they are really impressive quality. And then we also have the other one that actually doesn't have a stand, and you can kind of, again, just switch them out if you choose to switch them out. And maybe you would prefer one ceratopsian over the other, and you'd like to add that one on instead of the other. You can kind of swap them out, I would think. And then you also have the fossilized version as well, which obviously includes some actual paintwork rather than just having the you know, kind of chrome sort of or silver sort of look that we have for the others. You also have this really neat little stand, again with the Kritter Creators logo right there, and again also painted with a very cool tone of color, which, you know, is a very neat choice as far as that goes. Not the type of color. It honestly feels like almost like a ceratopsian that may be drowned in the ocean or something and fossilized under the water. And this almost looks like water and then kind of like a fossilized rock or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too far into it. But also the fact that it has that kind of gloss coat, that satin shine, gives me the feeling of this being like a fossilized in water skull, which is really, really cool. And you also have the base, that stand that they go on, which almost gives you the look of like layers of sediment and stuff here, where the ceratopsians' skulls would be kind of placed, which is pretty darn cool. And again, the Kritter Creators logo right there. So overall, these are really, really neat, and definitely something that's, in my opinion, pretty fresh, pretty different from what you often see. So per the original images that I had seen of these, this is the order that these basically would go on the stand. I'm pretty sure from what the images were that Kritter Creators had originally sent me. And I love when different artists and stuff like this reach out to me and then let me know that they have something they're creating that they would like to see here on my channel. I absolutely love that stuff because it's so neat to see different individual artists going and creating stuff like this, and again, following their dreams when it comes to creating dinosaur-related products. And yet again, also really fun to see them doing a great job, like you can see with this line of dinosaur skulls. And he also let me know that he's got plans of creating some pterosaur skulls, some hadrosaur skulls, and even theropod skulls. As far as a size goes, I don't know that we should really measure each and every one. You see I can kind of hold the tape measurer over the top and give you a basic idea of what you are looking at as far as size goes. We'll measure this one because it's sitting right here, but lengthwise you're looking at about like 2¼ inches or 5½ centimeters. So obviously they're not massive skulls or anything like that. Another thing that's actually really fun about them is since they are on magnets, you can turn them and position them in whatever direction you would like, which is really fun. But I think the best way to give you an idea of the size would be with a size comparison. So there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack, Colovosaurus, Robert Muldoon, and the Collect Day human being next to our Kritter Creator skulls here, the Ceratopsian skulls. And you can see they are very large. Honestly, they're pretty small, but that's, I think, something that is nice about these because it's something that gives you some really cool, high-quality skulls without having something that's going to take up a lot of room, especially when you look at this and you can see that you've got numerous skulls lined up in one spot. It is nice to have them, honestly, at this smaller size because it's a really cool display that's going to stand out, and you can pretty much put it anywhere, and that's really fun as well. Now, I don't think there's too many comparisons we can really do with these, but I brought in a Mattel and Captives minifigure here to continue to give you an idea of the fact that these are pretty small overall, and hopefully these figures stepping in again will give you at least a decent idea as far as the size goes. So these Kritter Creator Studios Ceratopsian skulls are really fun, actually, and you know, I was very intrigued when it came to these. The moment that I had received an email about them, I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty cool idea to create dinosaur skulls in pewter, and on top of that, give them this really cool base that we have here, basically lining them up and showing them off and displaying them in perfect fashion. So I was definitely excited to get this package in hand and check them out in person, and I can say in person they're even better than I was expecting them to be. They first of all look amazing when it comes to the display. Having them on this little stand was an absolutely genius idea on the part of Kritter Creator Studios, and I think that that's something that's just so unique and different compared to anything I've really ever seen before. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody kind of line skulls up like this and also create a base that looks so cool for them. Again, I like the fact that they're like different heights and stuff as far as where they sit on that base, and the fact that the Kritter Creator Studio logo right there again is front and center is also really cool because it's honestly a set of models to be proud of, so they should have their logo basically staring you right in the eyes so you know exactly who created these. But again, the actual skulls themselves are really nicely done. They're very highly detailed and they look super cool, having again the very shiny and impressive look that they do. And then you also have that very neat looking kind of fossilized, well, I guess they're all fossilized technically, but still kind of like partially unearthed version of the Triceratops skull there. That's also a really neat little set. That one is actually not pewter. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. You can tell that's just something that they had sculpted out, and the base as well is not pewter, but the other skulls outside of those areas, they are pewter. But again, overall, really nice work and definitely very impressive considering it is the first release that I've seen from them. And I will absolutely be looking forward to whatever they are going to be producing in the future. So if you would like to grab a set of these, I don't know for sure that they're released quite yet. I believe he stated that he's actually going to have an entire series of 12 skulls, potentially. I don't know if they're all Ceratopsian skulls in that set or if that's like, you know, including the pterosaurs, hadrosaurs, and stuff. I think it's just Ceratopsians, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But if you want to check, again, out their Etsy shop and maybe shop around, maybe these will be on there by then. If they're not now, they will be soon. And, of course, you want to grab some of these for yourself, check out the link that I will include in the description where you can head on over there, check them out, and grab some of this stuff for yourself. And, of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.